Hello, hi everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the big show. My name is Mickey, and this is Mickey in the Middle, the quintessential show for Middle Americans, where all Middle Americans are welcome. It doesn't matter what your demographic is, doesn't matter where you've been, doesn't matter where you go. It just matters that you're here right now. The concept of the show is very, very simple. Uh, we do a horrible job as the middle class getting what we want. And this show is kind of about, hey, what should we think about? And I don't know how many people watch this show, at least tens, maybe sometimes 20s. But the simple fact of the matter is, I'm trying to put a message out there that basically says, if the American middle class can get their shit together, our politicians would not have a chance. They would have to do what we say because we don't pay attention to the 20% of the crazies on the right or the 20% of the crazies on the left. We just pay attention to what we're supposed to be doing. And that's kind of like what this show is about today. This show is really about you and how you're supposed to fit in with the world today. So without further ado, we only have a couple of people watching, but Carolyn Greggs Ledger coming in with a gold medal. Congratulations, Carolyn. Carolyn, gold medal. Greggs Ledger. That is awesome. And coming in with a smooth silver medal is Dawn Ledger, who can't be beaten out there in Arizona. Man, I hope it's not too hot out there in Arizona. It's been absolutely kicking ass hot here in Arkansas the last few days. Well, we did get a break yesterday. We got a big thunderstorm, so actually we got some rain, so that was a good thing. I don't think it changed the levels of the pond, but we did get big rain last night, which cooled it down all day today. So that was absolutely awesome as well. I need to look again. Was it 108? Don says it was 108 out in Arizona. That's that global warming. It never gets to 108 anywhere on the planet, or does it? So all right. So anyway, hey, thanks a lot for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Don, I hope you drink lots of water and stay out of the sun. Carolyn, thank you very much. Congratulations on being a gold medal winner. Don, congratulations on being a silver medal winner. Let's talk what we're going to talk about today. So, did you know that the consumer price index was up at 9.1%? And what is that? It's basically what is inflation. What is inflation? The consumer price index. That is how much did you pay for stuff last year and how much are you paying for that stuff compared to last year, how much? So that means take everything that costs a dollar and add 10% to it. Yeah, add 10%. So whatever you paid last year for, I don't know, this is a receipt book, right? So this is a receipt book. This is a receipt book. Right here it says that I paid, I don't know how much I paid for it. Let's just say that I paid $4. Let's say I paid $5 for this. I paid $5 for this last year. You know what it did? It went up 10%. That means I paid $5.50 for it this year. There are more people going through harder times now than we have had in a really, really, really long time. And the consumer price index going up by 9.1% is absolutely insane because it didn't have to go up. You know why it's going up? Because the people that control the policies in the country, and right now that's Joe Biden and the Democrats, and the people that they have in the Department of Energy and the Department of Transportation, the Department of Commerce, Department of Secretary of State, all that, they don't care about you. They just don't really care about you. They say that they care about you. And here in just a minute, I'm going to explain why we got this such a huge divide in our country. I got to actually write that down. Uh, 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 um, all right, there we go. All right. I wrote that down because I'm going to get to that here in just a second. But here's what the thing is about the 9.1%. It was not necessary. The reason why we did this is Joe Biden has an agenda. And I've talked about this a little bit before on the show, a lot on the show. But the simple fact of the matter is Joe Biden really has it that global warming is a thing. And global warming, if we don't get rid of the oil and gas that's on our planet and stop using it immediately, we're all going to die. That's literally what they think. Now, simple fact of the matter is that that is not true. We have more trees and we have more forestation and we have more of the stuff that absorbs CO2 in the planet. So every time we breathe out CO2. Now, I personally believe that global warming is caused not necessarily because of coal, oil, and those kind of things, but I believe that it's caused because we have 8 billion people on the planet. And I want you to think about the math on this. I want you to think about the math just on the way that we do things. Okay. Let's take one individual. You take one individual that is born, that person's got to be born in a hospital, and they're going to have all kinds of equipment there. And all of the stuff that's inside of the hospital right now is going to be plastic. The flooring, the tools, all of the equipment, all of the X-ray machines, all the MRIs, everything's going to be made out of equipment, or all of the equipment is going to be made out of plastics. It's going to have plastic components. It's going to have oil components in it. That's what makes gears turn. That's what makes the plastic shells on all of these things. That's what makes a polypropylene seat backs. Oil is in everything. And when the baby is born, that baby gets an oil signature. And inside of the oil signature in the United States of America, not only do you have an oil signature, but you have an energy signature. That's how much energy it takes to get you through your life. Think about this for just a second. How much energy did you use today? I'm talking about everything, right? The energy that you used to run your car, the energy you used to cool your house or to heat your house, the energy used to keep your clocks on, to cook with, to run a microwave, run the little lamps, run a razor. Everything that you have in your life requires energy. That's one of the things that modern society has done to us is we require energy. And when you take the amount of energy it takes to run the lights that I have here, to run my computer, to run my microphone, to run basically everything in my house, the fan, the lights, the electricity, that's a lot of energy. So that's my energy signature. And oil is a large part of that because in Arkansas, we only have one nuclear plant, and that's getting older every single day. But we also have coal-fired power plants, and we have hydroelectric. Now, hydroelectric is clean, but when the water's down, the water's down, and we don't get as much power out of hydroelectro. And then when the wind's not blowing, we don't get anything out of wind. And when the sun's not shining, we don't get anything out of solar. So we got to have those coal-fired power plants. And the amount of energy that comes into my house is basically my signature for energy. Everybody else in the world, all 8 billion people, we're almost at 8 billion people, also have the same signature. You have the same signature at your house. We might vary a little bit because your car might be a little bit different than mine, but you need heat, you need cooling, you need food, you need lights, you need computers, you need everything that plugs into the wall. You need all of that stuff because that's how we survive in the modern world. So everybody has this huge signature that is out there, and all of that creates heat. And when you want to ship a car, you got to have to ship it by boat or by rail or by truck. And the larger piece of transportation is, that vehicle is that provides transportation, you can't do that with solar. You can't do it with wind. You can't do it with hydroelectric. You can't even do that with nuclear unless it's so big that it has a nuclear fusion, nuclear thing on it like the aircraft carriers or submarines. And then those are very, very highly controlled. And the simple idea is that we do not have those nuclear engines, nuclear power plants in all of the boats that are out there. That means that they have to burn hydrocarbons. They have to burn energy that comes out of the ground in the form of oil and gas and diesel. That's what makes them tick. So that means if, like tomorrow, I bought a truck. Yay, I bought a truck. Hopefully, I'll have pictures of it tomorrow because somebody said that the dealership that I'm dealing with, which is Red River Ford in Cabot, Arkansas. Thank you very much, Mitch. Thank you very much, Joe Green. Those are the people that are selling me the car or selling me my truck. They told me that, hey, it's coming in by truck. That means that there's a truck coming with my truck on it because that's the way that it works. And there's oil in everything. There's oil in the roadbeds. There's oil in the blacktop. There's oil that needs to be in your engine so that the engine can run. So oil is everywhere. But they don't care about that. They don't care about that. They don't care about your heat. They don't care about your food. They don't care about whether you live or whether you die. You're just a number to them. And Joe Biden is like, hey, man, I'm going to get rid of this. So you take me, you take you multiply it by 8 billion people that are all trying to make it on this planet and be hot and keep from being overheated and keep from freezing to death. But oil is in the carpet that we walk on. Everything, when I look around, I look at that lampshade, I look at that flag, I look at the carpet, I look at this guitar. I don't know whether the guitar's got some plastic on it, so that's got some oil in it too. Oil is everywhere. And that's what the problem is. And I want you to think about it for something for just a second. And this is serious. Is it really global warming if everybody on the planet needs some type of an energy signature? Because right now, wind and solar is so insignificantly small in the dynamic that makes up the world. How are we supposed to flip this from the numbers that we need in oil and gas to solar and wind? Because we don't even have the battery capacity to do that. We don't have the electrical grid capacity to do that. Where are we supposed to get the energy to put into our cars? That's a thing that keeps blowing my mind. Where are we supposed to get the energy that is right now in the form of liquid gas, right? Just say this is a gas can. All of the oil and gas that goes in everybody's car every single day. We have 400 million cars in the United States of America. They all need gas. Where are we supposed to get 400 million vehicles that are electric? And if we do, how in the world are they supposed to work? How are they supposed to get charged up? Well, the truck I'm getting is a hybrid, so I know what I'm going to do. But why am I talking about this? Because you're insignificant to Joe Biden. You're insignificant to, who's that dude from Kentucky? Mitch McConnell. You're insignificant. You don't matter to them. Not one single time are they going to call you up for advice. Bernie Sanders is not going to call you for advice. Bernie Sanders thinks that he has it all figured out. AOC is not going to call you. Nobody's going to call you from the government and ask what you think about the whole policy for the border, for oil, for energy. You know, Joe Biden just went to Saudi Arabia. And Joe Biden said, I told them that they were responsible for killing some reporter from the New York Post called Khashoggi. Khashoggi? Bless his heart. He probably didn't say that. He probably didn't say anything. But they say he did. But then he said, hey, man, I'm going to need you guys to pump up some more oil. And you know what Saudi Arabia did? Hey, Joe, we don't owe you anything. We're not a puppet of the United States. Your shit is weak, and you can't do anything to us in Saudi Arabia because we have way too much money and we have way too many places to sell our oil. That is not the United States of America. As a matter of fact, We can run our entire economy and not sell any oil to the United States of America. They can sell it to Europe. They can sell it to Australia. They can sell it to uh, parts in the Far East. They can sell it to Japan. They can sell it to China. They can sell it to Russia. They don't need to sell it to us. So when Joe Biden is a tough guy and Joe Biden says, they're they violate human rights and they're bad people and the Saudis are shitheads. When he says something like that, trying to be a tough guy, saying, I'll take them down, you ain't going to take shit down, Joe. But that's what he acts like. He acts like, I'm the tough guy. I'm going to run the world. They better do what I say or else. That means that you're a bully, Joe, and that you don't understand the way the world works because you have said everything in politics on both sides of the aisle all the way. First, you were for Second Amendment. Now you're against the Second Amendment. Then you were against abortion. Now you're for abortion. You were against the Klan, for the Klan, then against the Klan. I don't know. Here's the deal, man. You are a horrible person, Joe. And Joe doesn't care about you. And he doesn't care about me. And it kind of upsets me to think that our government officials don't think of us as consequential enough to figure out that their oil policy, that their energy policy, that their international politics, that their border problems all affect us every single day. And they don't care. They don't care about the number of deaths from fentanyl. They don't care about the number of deaths from overdoses. They don't care about the number of people that have died on the trek from South America up to the border and across the Texas desert. They don't care about that. They don't care about your wages. They don't care about the economy. The only thing is that they don't want to look bad. They don't want to default on the debt. But they don't care that the consumer price index is up at 9.1%. They don't care. Let me give you another example. Diapers. Literally diapers. Did you hear how that got resolved? Well, apparently it's still not resolved in all areas because everybody stopped talking about it. But they went over and they got an airplane full of diapers from Europe, and then they sent them to the southern border. But they didn't do anything for the average family. The businesses were supposed to fix the diaper problem, and eventually they did. But then it was not only the diaper problem, but remember the formula problem? Yeah, I remember the formula problem. So we had a formula problem, we had a diaper problem, we got an oil and gas problem, we got a economy problem, we got a southern border problem. They don't care how it affects you. So that means that you have got to be very, very smart in how you start talking about these items. Oh, here's another thing that they don't care what you think, that they do not care what you think about transgenderism or anything else. So I got to do this. I got to do this. So I went online earlier today. Did you know? I know that I'm rambling. I don't mean to be rambling. I don't mean to be rambling, but I got to do this really, really quick. So this is my this is my post from earlier today that I put on Facebook. I'm going to share my screen. So here it is. Sorry. Uh-oh. Here it is. This is awesome. Leah Thomas has been nominated for the NCAA Woman of the Year. She is breaking barriers. If she wins, she will be the first transgender woman to receive the award. The first one to get the award she will be the first man to get the award. She will be the first transgender to get the award. She will be the first one to get the award with the XY chromosome and the first woman with a dick to receive the award. All first. Good luck, Leah. So here's why this is important. Literally, this person right here is up for Woman of the Year. Leah Thomas nominated for NCAA Woman of the Year after facing big challenges to compete. And she has an XY chromosome and a penis. That's like Bruce Jenner being named Woman of the Year. Good for Caitlyn Jenner. I just misgendered that person. Here's the thing. Have we lost our minds? We need to look. I want to be as sensitive as I possibly can, but that means out of the 20 years, let's say that they've been doing this for 20. The NCAA swimming, NCAA has had the Woman of the Year for 20 years. Now, let's say that they started in 2000. Now it's 2022. One of the 22 has a possibility of being a person without the prerequisite XX chromosomes, does not have the ability to get pregnant, does not have the ability to birth a child, does not have the womb, does not have a uterus, and they might win Woman of the Year. I don't know how to address the transgender issue, but apparently the White House is now saying that they want to change Title IX to say that if somebody feels like they're a woman, then and they're transgender, that they can compete against women. Just straight up. If you change the federal law, it changes everything for every single college that receives federal funding, which is all of them. So they don't care about you. So that means that you need to care less about them. That means that you need to start thinking about yourself and what's going to be the best thing for you inside the environment in which we face. It doesn't matter whether it's oil, doesn't matter whether it's gas, doesn't matter whether it's the CPI. You have to take care of you, and you have to go in and you have to find out what the policies that these people have. Now, here's the trick that they have been using against you. They find out what you are. You could be a veteran. You can be an old person. You can be a person of color. You can be a woman. You can be a supporter of the LGBTQIA. You can be any of those. And what they're going to do is they're going to grab you and they're going to say, I support you on this identity issue, right? The Republicans have done it with the Second Amendment. They're like, hey, if you're a gun owner, we want you. Come over here into our camp. They have done it with Christians. Hey, look here, man. If you're a Christian, you belong on the red side. They have done it with families, right? Traditional family units, right? Conservative values, right? The way that it is. Then on the blue side, you have the LGBTQIA, right? It's an identity thing. Also, they have young people that are progressive and want to save the planet. So they're very, very green. Also progressive socialist. So they're grabbing you on the one issue. So they grab you on your identity and they go, oh, because you're old, because you're a vet, because you're First Amendment, or because you're pro-life, because you are young, because you want to be progressive, and because you want to be a socialist, because you want to flip the courts, we're going to identify. But then they totally ignore the rest of the issues that are out there. They get you by your identity and they want you to vote because of your identity, but it totally ignores everything. So don't go with somebody. Don't vote for somebody because they say that they will take care of you and your identity group, because that's bad for all of us. Because if we keep getting 250,000 people coming across our southern border illegally, that dilutes the healthcare system. That dilutes the education system. It dilutes the housing situation. It also changes the dynamic of everything in Texas and everywhere that they ship those people to, because the town now has to support that number of people that are now being flooded into our country, which is more than 2 million people this year. That's not to mention the fentanyl and the human trafficking that's happening down at the border. So they go, hey, look here, I'm a Democrat and I support LGBTQIA. Come on over here. And then they screw you on the border and they screw you on the fentanyl and they screw you on the healthcare. Because I support your LGBTQIA. And then if you're a Republican and they go, hey, come on over here. Everybody that's got a gun, everybody wants to keep their guns. We want you over here. But at the same time, they ignore the dreamers. They ignore large portions of the economy that need to be changed in order to keep that regulation in place, that like the energy sector, like all of the bad things that the oil and gas companies have done, all of the things that large tech has done. They ignore all that because you're a Second Amendment. You belong over here because you're with us, but you're supposed to ignore everything that we do over there. So we have to get rid of identity politics, because identity politics are what's ruining our country. When you identify who you are and you align yourself because one group or the other likes you for one issue, you are undermining the rest of the issues that are out there. And yes, sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. Sometimes, let's say abortion. If you identify with a party for the abortion issue and you ignore the fentanyl issue, the southern border issue, the global economy issue, the socialism issue, and everything, that means that you are now one issue that you're for, but 6 that you're against. I hope that makes sense. So they don't care about you. All they want you to do is identify with them. I love gay people. I love gay people. I love gay people. I'm gay. I love gay people. I love gay people. Hey, let's see how much fentanyl we can get through the southern border. Hey, let's see how bad we can screw up this economy for everybody. Oh, no, don't worry. You keep voting for me because I love gay people. So gay people, go ahead. Yeah. Oh, Second Amendment people. Oh, no, Second Amendment people, come on over here. And we're going to just totally ignore what the oil companies have been doing. There you go. Or the shipping companies. I hope that makes sense. So listen, we're all on the same side. We're all middle Americans. We have got to get the best politicians that we possibly can into the fray so that they can get us out of the mess that has been created by the politicians that are currently in place. So without further ado, remember, Mickey in the Middle, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central, right here wherever I am, right there wherever you are. Remember to like, share, hit the notification bell. Remember, I cannot do this show without you. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate your comments and how much I appreciate the love. And without further ado, everybody have a good one. I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll own a new truck. That'll be awesome. And good night, small one. I love you. See ya. Bye-bye.